Hey friends, happy Friday evening. It is Melissa with Junkin Craft Treasures on behalf of the Essential Stencil page. So if you are on right now, you're most likely on the replay. So make sure to come in, hashtag replay, watch through the replay, and let us know what you think of the project. If you have any questions or if there's anything that we can help you guys with. I'm excited to be with y'all here tonight. It is a Friday night date night, and we are going to be working on some of the halfway to Halloween transfers tonight, guys. So as you're coming in, let me know that you're here. Again, my name is Melissa. I am from Junkin Craft Treasures, and I am a brand ambassador for Essential Stencil. So we're going to do all the fun things tonight. We're going to do some fun backgrounds, make some fun projects. So come on in, say hello, let me know how your day went. I am going to scoot y'all back here just a little bit. Hey Elizabeth, how are you? And Erin, good to see y'all, my friends. So we are going to be working on Halfway to Halloween tonight. If you haven't seen on the Essential Stencil page this week, yesterday they launched Halfway to Halloween. Can y'all believe we are already in May of 2025? And so we are going to preview these tonight, the new transfers that came out. They have some bundles that are available. I've got the links down in the comments below and at the top of the video. Hey Sharon, how are you? And Nikki and Kimberly. And as always, guys, if you ever get anything from Essential Stencil, if you would use my code CRAFTTREASURES at checkout, it helps save you in addition to the bundle savings and all the good things. Hey Cindy, hello Brenda, happy Friday, my friend. All right, guys, I think I've got y'all back. So like I said, we're gonna do a couple different projects tonight, but I'm gonna go through and show these to y'all real quick, just in case you haven't seen any of the other ambassadors do the preview of these yet. So this is a 2-piece transfer set, and y'all, I hope, no, hang on. I may not have the name of it with me, but it does come. I was thinking, okay, I'm ahead of the game tonight. I'm going to take them out of the package before I do the live, and now I can't remember what they're called. But these are a new set right here that came out this year, 2025. Hey, Mary, how are you? I do, Brenda, on Monday. And then here is the other set right here. I always like to show them to you in person so you can kind of see the difference in the sizes and all of the things. I know the ring light's there, but you can kind of see there. So that is one set, and they do have a transfer set that is on special right now, guys. And then of course my code Craft Treasures does help with that too. Hey Gloria, hey Kathy. Then this set, and I do have the backing to it. Oh, okay, this is the one we just looked at, guys. I did have it. It's Bones to Blossoms. Bones to Blossoms. So that is the one that we just looked at, and we are going to use one or two out of that set tonight. Hey Elizabeth, how are you? All right, let's find the backing to this one. Okay, so this one is called Mystical Garden, and this one I absolutely am obsessed with, guys. One of my favorite colors is purple, besides my Carriage House green color, and these are fantastic. So we're gonna do some projects with these tonight that I'm gonna actually make that are not gonna look like Halloween. They're gonna be kind of summer, spring type things. So bear with me when I show y'all those tonight, but they are gonna be fantastic because we can use them for both. Let me find my other page. And then this is the other set right here. Okay, so we've got all of the beautiful flowers. Aren't those pretty, guys? I love these color combinations. I know the crows, I'm telling y'all, I am obsessed with this one. It's called Mystical Garden. You are not on replay, my friend. You are on the live. And then the other two that are in the bundle set are bestsellers from last year. Oh yay, Kathy. Yours have already shipped, Brenda. That is exciting. I know, the deep colors of the purple are fantastic. So if you didn't grab these while they were in stock last year, or even if you did and still want to make some really cool projects for upcoming craft shows and all that stuff, guys, I can't believe we're talking about that already, but we are, because it is a reality to get ahead of the game. So this set right here, it's called Cute and Creepy Halloween. It's a 2-pack as well. Hey, Pat. Hey, Cheryl. How are you? And then this set right here. Hey, Sherry. How are you? Good to see y'all tonight, guys. We were having some bad storms earlier, and I was like, oh, we lost our power for a little bit the other night, so I was hoping it didn't happen, and it didn't. And then, of course, our spooky house. Who remembers this from last year? Hey, Edna. How are you, my friend? So these 4 sets of transfers that I just showed you are in a transfer bundle set. And of course, you can get them individually as well. Oh, awesome, Kimberly. That was quick. They are shipping fast. So we have the big one right here. I don't know if you remember last year I did one of mine on a lime green background, and this was so cute. Hey, Jeanette. You have a craft fair tomorrow. Good luck, Cheryl. And then this one right here that has all the creepy houses with the smaller. So we've got the 12 by 16, and then of course the smaller ones right here, guys. All right, are y'all ready? Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, I think we're still supposed to have some more tonight too, Brenda. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so if you get the transfer bundle, I think, if I read it right, guys, hey, Joyce Ann, you get one of the new transfer tools. Somebody verify that for me, though. If you ordered yours, let me know if you got the bundle, if that was correct. I think that was correct. All right. So, what I have in mind, y'all, like I said, we're going to do a couple different things. Just have to decide where I want to put everything. Okay, so here is the first idea that I have in mind. Hey, Kathy. Okay, y'all, I'm obsessed with these flowers. I really am. So what I want to do, stand by. I'm going to get my, I don't need a plate for the, well, do I? I might. Okay, so I got to get it together, guys. I got to get it together. Hey, Patty, how are you? Yeah, it's that time of year. I love the spring, summer, but you know what, y'all? We are 68 degrees in Texas right now. We're supposed to be 50, I think 53 in the morning. That is crazy for May. All right, let me put this right here. Now, what I have in mind for this project, I've got all kinds of wood in front of me, guys. So we are going to use some chunky wood. We are going to use some square wood. We're going to use some 5x5s. We're going to see what all we can get done tonight. So, okay, I was thinking that was right, guys. So you get the transfer tool. But I want to do this one first because I have been daydreaming about it, and I'm going to see if I can put my vision to life on this one. Hey, Terry. Happy Friday, my friend. Hello, Diane and Ann and Stacy. Y'all, my computer is, like, not allowing me. I'm hoping that is good. I have my computer that's set on my table in front of me, and I can't push the tripod back any further. Okay, so I've got this piece of wood, and somebody's going to ask me what size it is. Let's see if I have. I cleaned my desk. Who knows what I did with my, here it is. I was like, who knows what I did with my, whatever this is called. What is this called? I can't think of the word. Y'all have alive every time that I cannot think of a word. It is, I cannot think of what it's called. Tape measure. Tape measure. There we go. Order individually. Not sure which one. Okay, so this is 9 by about 5.5. Okay. And then I have these cute little, I know it's backwards, but these cute little vintage looking knobs. Like this one has a bee on it. I don't know if y'all can see it with the ring light, but kind of bring it like that. So we went ahead and pre-drilled a hole in the bottom of this, and I want to make, we'll put a sawtooth hanger on the back of it, but I want to make a cute little like statement piece to hang up that we can put stuff on or all those good things, and I want to use those flowers. So I also, we'll get to purple in a minute. I think I'm going to do this white with a chippy look if I know where my wax is. Wax, that would be a good thing to have gotten out. Yeah, tape measure. I know, y'all, I can never remember. I always have a word every live. I grab some stencils. I think I have my wax. If I don't have my wax, got cups. Let's see. Cups for resin. I've got everything out, but probably, here's my wax. Okay, stand by, guys. I'm within reach. I'm almost there. Oh, okay. Those are my resin pouring cups, y'all. Okay. So I'm thinking about incorporating the flowers with some of the damask pattern just to give a little bit of decor to it, just to kind of make it pretty cool. So we're gonna see what it looks like. We're gonna try. Yeah, they are not rubber, they are ceramic. I got that word right, guys. Okay, so let's get started on our surface now that I have everything that I need. Hey, Michelle, how are you? You know, I try to get them at different places when they're on sale, and I want to say probably, gosh, 4 months ago. Y'all, I'm always like looking for deals. I can tell y'all that right now. Hey, Judy, how are you? I want to say about 4 months ago, like Amazon had like a flash deal or something, and I think I got them off of there. I mean, I know I got them off there, but I know I got them when they were on sale. Okay, so let's do, I'm trying to think how I want to do. Trying to decide if I want to do a chippy purple underneath or a brown chippy. Do we want to do purple chippy or brown chippy? What color do we want to do, guys? The purple might go really well. Okay, let's do this. Let's just do it. Haven't done a purple chippy in a long time. Oh, I need it the other way. Hey, Eva. Okay. Y'all always ask me about my paint bottles, so I'm going to show y'all real quick. This is a FIFO bottle. We cleaned it out. It had another color in there. We used some alcohol, got it clean. And then this is how my paint actually comes. It comes in these 16-ounce bottles. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in here real quick, just to show y'all in case y'all haven't seen this before. So we just fill up. So first in, first out. That's why they're called FIFO bottles. And we just pour our paint in there, and then we'll be ready. I've been meaning to do that, so that's why I had my purple out for sure. Now there's a little bit of paint in here, but not a lot, but I will save that for other projects, but for this project. And then we just put on the base. And I'm gonna get this over here just in case a little bit comes out. And just screw it on, and we're good, guys. All right, hopefully, yeah, okay, there we go. So we've got our purple. I've already made a mess. It's gonna be a fun lab, y'all. It's gonna be a fun lab. I've already made a mess. Yes, and I will put a label on it too. What I normally do is I'll tear this off and then just cut this and adhere it to the bottle. So it's called Velvet Plum. That's Velvet Plum. All right, so let's do our base. Now just remember, if you ever do the chippy look like we're fixing to do, you can tell I'm from Texas, fixin'. You want to make sure that you don't get your wax where your transfer is going to be, or if you do get some of that wax, that you get all of that wax off before you apply your transfer. So we're going to be kind of mindful when we actually apply our wax for this. And this is a great Halloween color, by the way, too. I'm going to go ahead and do my sides. We're doing the whole shebang on this one, guys, because I want to do it start to finish. Oh, thank you, Angie. Yeah, we appreciate you guys. I haven't even said it, and I know y'all know this if you've been on here, but if you're new, make sure to ask questions, comment, let us know that you're here, because Essential Stencil will pick 3 people on this live to win a gift certificate at the end of the live. So if you are on the fence about purchasing something or something and they draw your name, then you can get it for sure, guys. So make sure to interact, comment, answer all the questions. And if I don't see a question, I am sure one of these amazing ladies in our crafting, stenciling community can answer the questions if I miss them. So ask those questions, ladies, those that pertain to transfers, stencils, all the things. Isn't that a pretty blue, guys? Blue. I was seeing if y'all were paying attention. Isn't that a pretty purple? I was just tricking y'all on that one. Hey Laura, how are you? Hey Liz. Got some laughs out of y'all on that one. That was hilarious. I'm like, this is not blue. If I didn't already have this drilled with this purple on here, I might do a project with this purple with the other set. But I already have this one prepped and ready. Oh, thank you, Marta. That's so sweet. I appreciate it when you use my code, my friends. And if anybody doesn't know my code, it's right back here. It's CRAFTTREASURES. Just want to get it good and dry. Now we're going to apply some clear wax, but first we need to decide which transfer we're going to use on this one, because that's going to depend where I'm going to put my wax. So let me think. Okay, so it was on this one. So what I am thinking on this is turning this one to the side to kind of cascade down, and then do a little bit of stenciling on this as well. Hey Dee, how are you? Hey Diana. So let's go with in a couple butterflies too. So it's gonna be pretty. I think this is gonna be so pretty when we're finished. And this is gonna be an everyday piece. It's not just gonna be for Halloween. So definitely do that. Hey Deb. So we're just gonna kind of have it cascading down. I'll probably put it at a little bit of an angle. And then we're gonna use this one because I don't know if we cut that other one down. I could have taken that off before the live, didn't I? Couldn't I? I'll leave that on there. Okay, so hang on, I gotta kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're gonna have that right there. We'll do a little bit of the detail of the damask stencil around there and add a butterfly. I think that's gonna be gorgeous. Oh, thank you, Linda. I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm gonna try to avoid a lot of wax right in this area. And I'm gonna do that on purpose. If I wasn't on the live, I would probably just go for it and do the whole thing. But I don't wanna confuse y'all when I do this and do the chippy on here. So I'm just gonna kind of leave that down. And then I'm gonna do my corners very well down here. And this is just a soft wax. I always called it clear wax. It's by Fusion. You can use any type of wax you want. But somebody said soft wax the other day, and I was like, that is a perfect way to describe this wax. It's a soft wax. And so then I'm just gonna come down and just put it around some of the side there. I'll do a little bit right there. And you can see where you're putting it, guys. So it's not, I mean, you can kind of control it. I like it better than beeswax and Vaseline, but it is all about preference for sure. Hey Kimberly, I saw something about a dryer. You ordered your transfer bundle today. Okay, so I'm just gonna move this a little bit, and I'm just gonna focus right up in here. And just a little bit right down there. And we'll just grab a little bit on the sides because we're gonna move it over a tad. Okay, so we've just got a couple little spots on here, and make sure, let me add, okay. Oh, Nikki, we have done Mother's Day, we've done Father's Day. I did Mother's Day week before last, I did Father's Day last week, and I've got some patriotic coming up next week. So this is halfway to Halloween. It is like right on the halfway point, so that's what this is for. So we did this last year with another company that I work with, and we had a blast because it kind of gives us like a little break after Easter before we get into all the patriotic and stuff. So I love it because I love Halloween stuff too. But like I said, this is gonna be every day. I'm looking for my white paint, which I already put out. So, you're in Great Falls. Okay, so now we're just gonna put this white on top. I'm gonna bring it down. And I may leave it kind of spotted like that. We will see after I get it down all the way. I may do that. That may be a good look up in there. The purpose of the wax is to kind of get a chippy effect on the sides and on the bottom. So I will show you here in just a second. I'm just gonna leave that a little bit less filled in right there. But I'm gonna get my brush strokes all the way down. You know it, Rhonda. I'm going to leave the purple on the edges. Did I get too much right there? Let me just kind of... Hello, Edith. How are you? Put this right here for now. It's just a soft wax. I use Fusion Mineral because that's what I have on hand for everything that I do that I seal. But you can use Vaseline, candle wax, all kinds of things. All right, let's take our scraper. I normally do 2 coats, but I think I'm gonna leave it like this tonight, y'all. I think I'm just gonna do the 1 coat. And the chippy, we're chipping it away. So everywhere we have the wax, the paint does not adhere. Okay, so that is one of the major purposes of the wax. Because y'all know I like things distressed and I like that look. And I love doing different kinds of backgrounds and all the things. Okay, so I know, here it is. I was like, I know I put another thing of wax right there. So, okay. Get my sander. And then I always sand over it just to make sure I got everything, guys. All right, so we've got this. Remember, our transfer's going over here. So whenever we do a piece that has kind of a weird background, remember we're putting other stuff on our board so it all ties together. So don't let it scare y'all and think, oh, that's not how we want it. It'll be fine. Now I'm just gonna go over it, try to make sure I got all that wax off. And then we're gonna take our Essential Stencil tool. Hello, Allison. And our transfer. So if you haven't used a transfer, all you're gonna do is peel off the back. Every ambassador does their transfers differently. I kind of position, like I said, I'm gonna make sure I've got this how I want it. So I'm gonna position this kind of, I was gonna do an angle, y'all. I think I'm gonna go straight down. I think I'm gonna go straight down. Now where I have that wax, some of my leaves aren't gonna adhere, but I'm gonna be fine with that. So I'm gonna lay this down about like that. And see, I've avoided where I put that wax. I love this new tool. I love it. And like I said, this was made to go sideways, but we're making it vertical. So, all right, and then we're gonna come up here. And like I said, where that wax was, it's not gonna stick real good being on the edges, but I'm okay with that because it's gonna look like it was meant to be that way. And then once I burnish mine in, I just kind of pull it and go back and forth, and I go down my stencil or my transfer like this, guys. Y'all, this is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, we're almost there. Then I'm just gonna take the heat of my hand and kind of burnish it in, make sure that everything is adhered, which it is. I'm just going over it with some heat. Okay, how pretty is that, guys? Oh my goodness. Okay, so now I'm gonna take our damask stencil. I don't know if this is in stock. I did not look. A brick background would have been pretty too. This one labeled. Y'all know I just like a little bit of detail here and there. So that's what we're gonna do. Where is my black? Because we're gonna bring that in. It is from Essential Stencil. They have a new tool that they just came out with, guys, and it is fantastic. Total transparency, I did not use the orange one that was in with their other transfers because I don't have real good hand grip, and it was just hard for me. So I switched to another brand of burnishing tool, and I used that for a while. Now Essential Stencil has come out with this one, and I am all about this one. I love it so much. So I'm gonna take this. Now we could do, y'all, we could do so many things with this right now. We could make it mixed media. We could do raised stenciling. Do we want to do raised stenciling with the black? That would be pretty. Okay, we'll leave it simple tonight. We'll leave it simple tonight. I'm gonna go real lightly, guys. I'm not gonna do it real stark black. I'm just gonna come through and just add a little detail. I'm gonna lift it and see where we're at. Yeah, so I'm just adding just a little detail here, guys. Just a little. Just a little to kind of tie it all together. So I'm using portions of the damask. Nothing real dark. And just to kind of bring in some fun. I like fun on my stuff, guys. Y'all know that if y'all followed me. I like to do things different. Think outside the box, incorporate all kinds of things. So that's what we're doing here. Let's use... Oh, thank you, Rhonda. Like I said, you know, I like to kind of mix and match things. Now, do I have... I don't. So let's use this for now. Hang on. I want to do kind of some of this, but not all of it. So when you don't have your backer, you improvise, right, guys? I know. I love the raised stenciling too. I do too. Let's just do Just right up in here. And like I said, it's not a real dark, even though it's black, it kind of looks gray. All right, so we just added a little fun detail on there. And then we'll add so that's why I brought the black in, guys, because I'm putting this knob on here. And get this on here real quick. Hey, Jeannie. It's where you take like a, you can use embossing stuff, joint compound, all kinds of things, and do a raised stencil. Y'all, how cute is that? Now, you can't read it because I know it's backwards, but it says Antiques 1885 Paris. How pretty is that, guys? And we could even go one step further. We could add some fine line crackle over this. We could have filled in this a little bit more, made it more prominent, but y'all, I'm actually making a wall of different things like this just to do kind of like little art pieces. So this is the first one that I've done because that's what I had in my mind, but I absolutely think that that is gorgeous with that transfer. So pretty. Oh, I love that. I hope y'all love that. I hope it helps you to think outside the box on this because these flowers are gorgeous. Okay, let's do, we got a lot more to do, guys. So I want to do, y'all, okay, so this is going to sound horrible and it's not meant to be, but we have really bad sugar ants outside. And so we've sprayed outside and they're all coming in because they were on this wall. So they're coming in. So if y'all see like little sugar ants, it's not that we're dirty, disgusting. It's they're coming in and we can't keep them. So I'm seeing like little ants, but okay, just a little side bit there. Okay, so I want to do a shell too, guys. So I'm going to get that prepped before we move to our next surface real quick. So I'm just using a shell. Okay, we're going to make a trinket dish for this. I'm using some bonding boss. You can use anything that will prime your surface. So if you have a chalk paint that's really, really good and sticks to surfaces and stuff, that is fine. I like the Dixie Belle Bonding Boss, but like I said, if you have other preferences like Ultra Grip or spray paint primers that have all of that in there, by all means, use what you like to use. But this is helping prep the surface so I can put a transfer on this piece. Yeah, you do not have to seal the other piece. I will go with and put some wax on it, the one that we just did. That'll be what I put for my sealer. But I'm just going to kind of let it do all the things it needs to do before I seal that completely. All right, so we just applied our bonding boss. We're going to walk away, let that dry as naturally as much as we can, and we're going to work on another project. It does, and they're like those little bitty sugar ants, guys. I think you know what I'm talking about, but they're like just itty bitty and they're driving me crazy. Okay, so we are going to do, this one is going to be out of this set. I love him. Her, him, I don't know, but I think it's amazing. So we are going to use this one. And I was going to use butterflies on the other piece, but I think it's perfect. I don't want to overwhelm it anymore. And we are just going to do this one by itself as another, I don't know what you want to call it, like decor piece that isn't necessarily with stenciling a word or anything, but just a decor piece. So this one we're going to do a little bit different. We're going to paint it white because I'm trying to show you all different techniques as well. So we're going to paint this one white. And somebody's going to ask me what size board this one is. It is 7 by 7.5. And so this, you know, if you are, and y'all, there are people that love skeletons. Terry is one of those people, so this is something, since we're not putting on Halloween words or anything, that we could use anywhere, outside or anything like that, under, of course, an area that's not real heavily exposed to all the elements. But take cinnamon, and you know, I have cinnamon in here. I don't, Yolanda, I don't. But I've heard that some restocks of coastal stuff is coming, and I would assume that that would be one of them, because it is gorgeous and it's been a good seller in the past, so I would think so probably. Just keep an eye out for sure. Again, I'm doing all my edges, all the things today, guys. Yes, absolutely. I am 100% with you on that, Cheryl. If I could, guys, I'd stay with y'all all night and create something with each one of them that may be different than what you have in mind, but we don't have that many hours tonight, so. I may have to get another set because y'all know we'll have some reels and stuff coming with these, so. You use cinnamon and it works great. Okay. I will put cinnamon all over this desk when we are done. Well, these are all rewashable. These that I'm using right here are all reusable, rewashable. In a day, don't laugh. In a day, I can go through about 15 to 20 brushes, but I don't know if you can tell, but I mean, they've been used before. Most of them have been used before. So, but they're washable and they wash pretty good. This particular kind washes pretty good. I like them better than the chip brushes for small projects because you don't have the bristles that come out. The only thing that happens with these is sometimes they come undone, but just put some glue on it because you wash them so much. But put some glue on it, like some stick fast, and they are good to go again. All right, guys, so we just painted our surface. What is the number one thing that I tell y'all every time when you use a transfer? You're wanting to make teacher gifts, any such stencil suggestions. Okay, so I am huge on gift making and stuff for that, like that. So are you looking for smalls or what are you looking for? Because the trinket dish might actually be a good idea, but it's transfers. Hey, Susan. Awesome. Yes, you want dry paint, guys. You want that dry paint. Now, I don't ever use perfect wood. It always has, like this one has some indentations and stuff on it. You just want to be mindful, guys, when you do that. I didn't see this before I used it. So like we've got a couple little divots and stuff right here. You just want to be mindful that when you do your transfer, that if you don't go down deep enough, it may not adhere. But we try to work around that, but we want our surface dry. We want it very, very dry. So I'm just going to sand that down, and then I normally take a shop towel, dry it off. And if there is any white paint that comes off, I will go back and hit it with the dryer again. But there was no white on there when we did that. Okay, so then we're gonna come right here. Peel this back. I've got a trash can underneath me if anybody is new. Okay, Marilyn, we'll have to check that out for you, my friend. Okay, so we are gonna put this pretty close to the center, right there, just like we did our other one. varnish that in. I always start at the top. I always start at the top. Now, I don't know if y'all can tell with this new burnishing tool, I burnish even faster than I did with the other one. Like I said, I am obsessed with this burnishing tool. I always try when I do ones like this, that are especially down at the bottom, I'll kind of go around in a circle and meet back in the middle, just to make sure that I get all that detail around those edges. When I say I love this tool, y'all, I love this tool. Yes, it's in the new transfer set. And like I said, guys, you can get them individually. But use my code CRAFTTREASURES at checkout and it will save. Okay, so perfect, just like that. How cute is that? And y'all saw how quick we did that. Super quick. Okay, so we could do two different things. We could do our edges fun and funky, but I want to use, if I have it out, I don't know if I have it out. I may not have it out. We may, I just used it the other day. Where'd I put it? Stand by, please. It's a little bottle, so I'm missing it somewhere. Hang on. Well, I was gonna do some crackle on it, but y'all, I have no idea. That is bizarre. Okay, so we won't do crackle. Oh, here it is. I knew it was little, so it's hiding. So we're gonna use some crackle, guys. We're gonna give this a cool crackle effect. So what we're gonna do, it's really a three-part step. We're going to seal it, so you can use any type of Mod Podge, anything to seal it. I use Pentart matte varnish. So we're just gonna come through and seal this real quick. And this is a small piece, guys, so it'll go pretty fast. You'll see me probably do this a couple weeks ago on here, but I didn't have the right crackle. I used an older one, so this one is newer. Okay, so we've got it sealed. We could leave it like that. It dries matte, and you can be done. So then let's get it dry. The tool is available. I think it's for $3.99 or $3 for like $8. I should have put the tool link on here. You're gonna see it, Nora. I found it. You're good. You are good. Areas that aren't completely dry. I put a little bit more right there, so I'm just kind of speeding them up to dry there. Okay, so here it is with our matte on there, so you can kind of see the difference. Like if you use some matte sealer, kind of has a little sheen to it. Okay, then we're going to use component number 1. It's called Fine Line Crackle from Pentart. If I can get it open, y'all. Hang on. I got it. Give me some hearts. I got it. I don't have good hand strength, so that was a plus that we actually got it open. Okay, so we're going to apply component number 1. And I am just going to come over it. Now, it is going to apply milky, but it will, again, dry clear. And I kind of missed right there, so let's get that. Now, when you use crackle, there is no guarantee of where it's going to crackle and where it's not, guys. So It's kind of fun to use because you're like, where's it gonna crackle? I'm not 100% sure. And then we'll add that right here, dry it real quick, and then add our other component. Now it is best to let this sit overnight, dry for our steps, but as you know, all the creators speed up their processes. So now I may have a little bit too much right here, so I'm just gonna kind of go over that just a little bit before I start drying. Don't want to mess up my butterfly there. Now this is just a product that I use for this, guys. There are other products out there that create similar looks. This is just one I want to show y'all because I've used it before. And while that's doing that, I'm going to dry this real quick too. We're gonna work on both of those at the same time. So we just want to get this dry. We can kind of tell when it's dry because the milkiness becomes transparent again. And notice I'm not keeping my heat tool in one place. One, I don't want my transfer to split. And two, I don't want my paint to bubble. You sure can, Angie. You sure can. I'm pretty sure we're dry. Don't touch it. Don't do what I do, but you're not supposed to touch it, so don't touch it, but I touched it. Real quick, we're gonna come over here and we're gonna add some white on our shell because we added the bonding boss earlier, so our paint is gonna adhere. I just wanna get it a little bit whiter than it was before. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. And then we'll let that dry. Okay. Gotta remember what steps I'm on what thing right now, guys. All right, so this is the step number 2. Sure, okay. And we're gonna put it on. It's gonna kind of go on with an amber glaze so we can see exactly where it is on our surface. This one dries a little bit faster than the other one, so it's not gonna take super long. But it is gonna dry glossy. It is gonna dry glossy. I kind of move it when I do this so I can see if there's any areas that I missed in the light, just so we can get that even distribution on it. People ask me if it has an odor. It has a slight odor on it. Nothing real harsh, but it does have a little bit of an odor to it. Right here and get this dry, and then we'll be good to go. Don't want to use those brushes again. Last step of drying, guys. Dead flat varnish is a varnish that I use. It's just something that I use for sealing of my products. I absolutely love it. It's a matte. Now when you use this, guys, sometimes to the naked eye you cannot see those crackles, but when you put on either your wax or today, like I'm going to use eyeshadow again like I used on another project earlier in the week, it'll show up a lot better. Because they're fine lines. Fine line crackle. And the reason I'm showing you all these different ways tonight, guys, is just to show you that you can take these transfers and don't just have to adhere them on your wood piece. You can do some really cool, fun things with them. You can create different kinds of backgrounds for them to go on. You can do products like this that go over the top of them. All kinds of fun things. It's almost dry, just got a couple places. I can see the crackle. I know y'all can't see it until I put that on there, but I promise it's crackling. It's got some cool crackle, y'all. I get so excited when it starts crackling because, like I said, you never know where it's going to crackle, but this is going to look really cool. It's got some cool, oh my gosh, y'all. A lot of crackle. I don't want to say I am biased to it, but I absolutely love the dead flat. It is expensive. It's non-yellowing. I haven't had anything yellow with it lately, or at all, I guess you could say. Y'all, I can't with this. It is gonna be so cool. I sure can. I sure can, my friends. It is gonna be very cool. I'm just seeing if I can get a little bit more crackle, which I think we're pretty much dry everywhere. Let's see if I can get a little more crackle right up in here. Oh my Lanta, this is gonna be. Who's ready for the reveal on this? Give me some hearts if you're ready for it, because that's gonna be cool. I did have a bunch more projects in mind, guys, but I think I'm only get to 3, but I did some cool stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna hold it up, and like I said, you really can't see the crackle, but you kind of can. Like right in here, you can kind of see it. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's got like a sheen to it, okay? And then the magic happens. I'm using eyeshadow today, guys. This is an old eyeshadow palette, and I had to find a use for it because I got it on sale, but it was still expensive, and y'all know me, I gotta, I'm just cooling it down just a little bit. Yep, the light shows nothing. Like I said, it is hard to see. All right, I just cooled it down a little bit because we just put 3 different things of heat on there. I know it's pretty hot. Okay, so let's take eyeshadow. That is not a good brush for that. I don't use this on my eyes, guys. This is old and cracked and all the things. So I'm just gonna use a brown. Y'all, should we, you know what? We're not. We're gonna use this retro kind of pinkish color. I think that might be cool. Let's see if we can see it. Let me see if we can see it in there. Might not be as prominent. The brown, hang on. Brown's gonna be a little bit darker, so we'll do brown so y'all can see it. Bear with me here, y'all. I gotta get it on here and wiped back. Just kind of buff it back a little bit. I don't have water, but the water, it's eyeshadow, so it comes right off the surface, guys, if it gets in an area that's, I don't think I have my water with me, but I'll fix that. It's just areas I didn't seal well because I'm going super fast. But you can use wax to go in here too. I just like the eyeshadow because we can kind of control what it looks like. And I will hold it up here in just a second. Because like I said, we got some cool crackle. And then I'll just either, depending what I'm going to use it for, I'll either spray seal it over it or leave it how it is. Okay, y'all, this is cool. And I'm gonna fix, can y'all see that crackle now? Give me some hearts if y'all can see that crackle up in there. Y'all see that? So do I have, where is my squirt bottle? Here's my squirt bottle, hang on. So all I gotta do on this little piece right here is just buff it out with my water. Not a lot, but just a little. I just didn't have good coverage there. What do y'all think? How cute is that, guys? So I just kind of added to it. And then if we wanted to, we could still go and frame those edges and all of that good stuff. So that turned out super cool. I'll hold it up. It's kind of like a porcelain. Super cool, guys. Super, super cool. The wax would make it even darker than the eyeshadow, okay? So just keep in mind, I tend to use the eyeshadow more just because if I do have spots I missed, if I'm going really fast and stuff, it's not as bright. But, all right, and then let's do our shell real quick. So, for our shell, like I said, I could just sit here and do this all night with y'all. I want to do, what do I want to do? The pumpkin would be super cute. But you know what? We're going to kind of stick with our purples. Okay, so same thing. We're going to peel back the back off. Now, remember, we did, yeah, it's just enough crackle. It's not too bright, but like even you can tell what hasn't filled in and it's still crackly from the side, but it's more of a opaque crackle. Okay, so we've done bonding boss and then a light color of paint. We want to make sure our paint is dry. Y'all know, you sure could. You sure could, Crystal. Okay, so there are divots in here, guys, so you do have to be a little bit careful. So I'm going to start in the middle. And we are just going to burnish this into our shell. Remember, we put a bonding boss on it, and then we put our paint, so it should adhere perfectly. Y'all, I don't know if I've got we're gonna find it if I don't. Of course, I do a flower that has all kinds of edges and curves and all the things. Okay, so we have our beautiful flower on here. Isn't that gorgeous, guys? Okay, and then I want to add a butterfly or two. So let's do, looking at the time, guys. I'm hurrying, I promise. We are going out tomorrow, Brenda. I may do a live Monday night since it's my birthday. Maybe we'll do some Happy Mail or something over on Junk and Craft Treasures. That would be fun. So, in case you're wondering what Bonding Boss purpose is, it helps things adhere to surfaces that otherwise wouldn't be able to have things adhere to it. So we just added our butterfly. And then I'm gonna add one more right down here. Get in those grooves with my finger with the transfer. One more thing with this. I'm gonna find it. Stand by again. I think I've got. Got black, silver. You know what? Black might look really pretty on this. Let's do black. I haven't done black before. Let's do black. Although I like the pop of gold. Let's see y'all real quick. I don't know where my gold's at. Of course I don't know where my gold's at. We're gonna do black today. We're gonna do black around the edges. Y'all, I may need my glasses for this. You know what? Hang on, I've got gloves. I have gloves today, y'all. I can make it a little bit easier on myself. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Yes, my birthday is Monday. Be 49 years old, guys. 49. All right, let's just put this around here real quick. You know, that might be why. It might be, let's do silver. That one, oh, y'all, I found my gold. See, that was meant to happen. Okay. Rub and buff is what I'm using right now. I'm gonna go around the edges. Sometimes I use a brush. Sometimes I just use my fingers. Thank you. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you, guys. And just like when I do my stenciling, you can start light and then go back and add more if you want more. So let's just add just a little bit. Little bit more. So we've added that gold on there around the edges. And then last step, guys. Last step. So we're gonna add some pouring resin in here. Just wanna make sure everything is good and adhered. And while I'm doing this, Essential Stencil, if they have the winners, I will call those out and do a recap. But all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour this in the middle. I normally get a plate, hang on. We'll use this one right here. It's got all my paint on it. Let's just move that. And then I have it go on all of my sides around my piece. And this is different than the resin that Amanda uses for art resin. Oh, thank you, Mary. I am gonna be 49 on May 5th. So when we put this pouring resin on top of it, and I'll just kind of show y'all, it gives, get it down here real quick. I'm just kind of rolling it around for a good seal. But what it's gonna do is it's gonna give it this nice glossy look, and it's gonna bring out that gold. Thank you, my friend. So I will just roll this around until we get it all spreaded evenly throughout the whole shell, and then let it dry. Okay, so I know I only did 3 projects, guys, but I think they are super fun projects. I hope y'all enjoyed them. It is called pouring resin from Fusion Mineral pouring resin. So we'll just pour it in there and keep it going, and we'll recap, guys. So the transfers are shipping pretty quick. Here is our one project that we did at the beginning. Absolutely am obsessed with this piece, guys. I love this piece. And then we've got our skeleton with our crackle. And then we've got our shell with our transfers that we're gonna make into a trinket dish with some type of resin on top of it of your choice. But I am using pouring resin by Fusion Mineral, guys. It is pouring resin by Fusion Mineral. It is odorless. I like working with it. Renee from Flip Flop Furnishing is the one that turned me on to this. I absolutely am obsessed with it. Do y'all see winners yet? Thank you, Cheryl. I hope it gave y'all some ideas. Even though it's halfway to Halloween, and some of them are definitely Halloween, that you can still make some gorgeous everyday pieces with them, y'all. So don't let the Halloween part scare you. No pun intended, y'all. Did y'all see winners yet? Thank you, Terry. Thanks everybody for the birthday wishes. I know, I'm just letting it roll. I don't see them yet. If y'all see them, holler at me and get my attention. Holler at me through the computer. Yes, it is. I know, like drum roll. Yay, I see them, y'all. All right. Okay, they don't scroll by. Marta Smith. Oh, come back. Why does it keep going? Deborah Harena and Kathy Nance. Y'all are all winners on tonight's live. So if you will email support@essentialstencil.com and let them know that you are the winners of tonight's live, they will get your gift cards to you. Somebody asked me about how long does this take to dry, and I'm going to say 2 or 3 hours. It's not very long. Not very long at all. Now you want it to cure over 24, 47, 48 hours, something like that, but it will be dried just so you can put another coat on there if you want to. So, all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the projects with tonight's halfway to Halloween. If you are going to purchase anything, if you don't mind using my code CRAFTTREASURES at checkout, y'all know I would appreciate it. Thank you for everybody that has already used the code CRAFTTREASURES at checkout. Y'all have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you next Friday at 7 p.m. Central, guys. Y'all be blessed and have a fantastic weekend. Bye.